Hey everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row, and today I'm going to make a video about collecting fennel seed. If you do not cook with fennel seed, you should. Some people even use fennel seed to like put in their teas and things like that, but I mean, if you make sausage, you're probably using fennel seed. Fennel seed is really, really strongly flavored. I love it. I love to put it in like definitely my sausage, but I put it in lots of other things, lots of other dishes, but there's nothing like getting your own fennel seed. And fennel is extremely fragrant in the garden. Its flowers draw in tons of bees. So I love to plant fennel. We're now at that time of year where I want to go out and I kind of want to show you what is too early, what is too late, and what is just right to grab your fennel seed. I'm also going to cut some lemon balm today to make a tincture, and I'm going to harvest some more sage, and that's all we're gonna do today in the garden. We have plenty to do, but that has to be another day. So today we're gonna go collect seed and I'll show you how to dry this out. Let's go get started. Okay, we're in the first week of November and the bees are still hitting this flower. So this entire plant here is not ready. You see that we have flowers coming in on this one. So not only is there flowers, but these are clearly too immature right here. I mean, that's there's no plumpness to those seed heads. This is becoming plump, but it is still green. It's kind of easy to tell when they're ready because they're dry. And you start to, so here, this one has a completely dried seed head, and then its stalk right behind it is turning yellow. So that is the perfect time to clip these. So let me grab my bag and I'll clip that. Okay, and I just have a paper bag that I am going to put underneath the seed head, and then I'm gonna clip this and put it right in my bag. And so even this seed head, it's starting to turn green. Let me see if you can see this. I mean, it's starting to turn brown, but not quite. So you just want to move on to the ones that are actually browned. So this one is, let me put my hand behind it, is sufficiently browned. So I'm going to go through all these different ones and clip off the brown. This one might be a little too brown because its stalk is also brown. You kind of want to get them when they're like these over here on this plant, where they're sufficiently browned on top, if you can see that, but then the stem is yellow. So let me get to it. So this one right here is showing there are some seeds like here and here, but if you see this almost looks like kind of like a star right here. That means that it has already released its seed, and so it has planted itself somewhere. But that means that it definitely was ripe for the pickings. This is a really good one to show. Like, this even still has some green pods on it, but it's also releasing some here. So this might be a very confused one. These are gorgeous plump seeds, but they need to be dried and brown. Definitely brown. Definitely where your stem is at least starting to turn yellow, but definitely dried here. Okay, we are in front of the greenhouse and we are at our lemon balm bushes. They're so big, I like to call them bushes. And we had a frost the other night, so as you can see, the flowers all kind of died off. And we're gonna go in and we're gonna cut those stalks and maybe some of the more yellowed looking leaves out, and we're going to get to the green, the really green looking lemon balm that's in here so that we can have, you know, some really healthy leaves to make a tincture. So we're going to get started on that. I'm sorry, I had to come into the greenhouse. I was originally going to do this on my little spool table that I try to do everything on, but I went ahead and came into the greenhouse. I have a full Aldi bag, brown paper bag full of my seeds. And so a lot of people will hang these upside down, get it in a bunch, rubber band them together, attach it to the paper bag, and then hang the paper bag somewhere. I don't do that. We have so many, because we use like a good pound of seed a year. And so we have so many of these, it would take me literally hours to go ahead and like rubber band all of these and tie them, and it would be in like 6 bags and all of that. So I just keep them loose, and I kind of try to, let me show the bag, that would help. I try to like keep them all kind of, you can see that the stems are facing up. Some of them aren't. I'll go back through the bag and make sure that they're facing down at least. But it's really not, to be honest, it's not going to matter either way, because they're just going to shatter off of there and they're going to fall to the bottom of the bag. When I take them out, I'll have to be careful, and I'll kind of like shake the bag a little. But I'm going to close this bag up and I'm going to put it in a cool, dry, warm room. So you don't want heavy humidity, because the entire point is that we are trying to dry these seeds out. And so these are probably, like, especially with this stem being brown, these are probably pretty well dry. But a lot of these other ones aren't. The seed pods are brown. All of them are brown. I want to make that clear because I wasn't for sure on that either. But you don't want green. If they're green, leave them and wait for them. Keep checking every few days and wait until they turn brown. But some of them are where the seed pods are brown like this, and then maybe the stem is green like this one. That's still green. So some of those are probably going to need more drying than like the one with the brown stem. So I just leave that to dry. I mean, you know, the written rule on it all is 5 to 7 days. But realistically, I mean, it's going to be when they're done, you know. So realistically, we don't know when that is. So we just try to, I actually leave them in there for weeks and weeks and go in and get them later. Once they're completely dry though, you can put them in a canning jar. If you happen to notice that any moisture forms after you put them on there, they're not dry enough. And I would just put them out on a screen or something and let them continue to dry. But this will make great sausage. I love to put this in certain soups. I use the Fennel bulb for a coconut cod soup that I make. It's called Brazilian fish stew. But through the winter, when I don't have access to the bulbs any longer, I use fennel seed. Oh, it's such a good soup. Maybe I'll make a video on it. But so next, we also kind of shaved our lemon balm, took some good green leaves of the lemon balm, and now I'm going to make a tincture. I make tinctures just to sort of remind people that you can do this. Tinctures are a great way to, one, preserve the wonderful essence of the lemon balm, but two, I have a loved one right now who is going through detox, and they use the lemon balm to kind of calm their nerves. I have other loved ones who suffer from anxiety, and it's successfully, whether they drink it in a tea or a tincture, it is very good at helping their anxiety. I know that the flowers, which we don't have right now because it's fall, but the flowers, you can actually pop a couple of flowers in your mouth and it cures anxiety super fast. So I always try to do lemon balm tincture videos, again, just to remind you that this plant is super hardy. It's around all the time. It's not like it's just once a year that we're dealing with this. So you can kind of just make your tinctures all year, and you have this wonderful medicine. The great thing about lemon balm is that even like, you know, normal medical science, this is not just herbalist. Medical, like I think it was either the Mayo Clinic or the Cleveland Clinic, I can't remember which one. One of them were advocating lemon balm. They said that, you know, it's because the FDA doesn't really like super study these things, so they can't with like complete certainty say, you know, this much lemon balm does this, or like they do with medicine. But lemon balm in our lives has been an absolute lifesaver. So I like to try to share this with people. I know that, and again, I'm not trying to tell anyone any medical recommendations, but this is just how it works for us. We have a friend who has heart palpitations, and when they take the lemon balm, the heart palpitations seem to quell. So I have also heard that it helps quell menopausal symptoms, and I know quite a few ladies who are suffering from some pretty severe symptoms. So it's just nice to know that lemon balm is something that you can grow that is, it's better than weeds. It grows better than weeds do. And so if you're going to need a lot of it, or if you're making these things to help your neighbor or your friends or your family, lemon balm is one of those things you absolutely can do it. It's extremely economical. The only cost that you really have in making a tincture is the alcohol to pull the oils out. But other than the alcohol, you can also do it in the form of tea. I have one of my friends was here the other day, and she has a lot of anxiety and different issues like that. And she was here, and I made her a glass of lemon balm tea. It was not the tincture, it was just the tea made with the leaves. And it calmed her. It calmed her a lot. So just a little tip and trick there. So we've got our fennel seed all tucked away. Now I'm gonna start on the tincture, so let's get started. So here we have a canning jar with a label on it. I will make sure and label this when we are done. And I'm just going to take my lemon balm and start stuffing it in here. You can leave these on here, or you can pull the leaves off. Some people like to pull the leaves off because they feel like the stems don't really have any healing powers in them. I make this so often, like it would take me forever to pull all these leaves off, and I make it in huge quantities too. So right now I'm using this, but a lot of times like it will make more than this. You do want your best leaves, so you want to kind of go through and make sure that they're, because I think at the bottom of this I had like a brown spots on it, but I try to do my best, healthiest leaves. So I'm making these in the fall, but I feel like the spring lemon balm that comes up is actually more potent than this is. We just want to make sure that we don't run out of any. I'm going to tear that off. It's pretty stemmy. And so I'm just gonna pack this jar. And they say, whatever you're using, do 3/4 of leaves or plant material in your container. Because remember, the vodka is going to go like all over the place. And it's really going to surround this. So I like to take something long and kind of push it down, because that's an awful lot of air in there. Okay, so we have some more room. And some of this is just kind of too stemmy, and I'll just, you know, take off the leaves from it really quickly. Okay, that is done. So I'm just going to put in some potato vodka. I always end up using this kind, just because it's cheap. And I'm just going to fill this up over the plant material. Okay. And that's it. I do try to stick usually a butter knife if I'm inside the house. I am cleaning this stick. And then I try to, oh, did you see all those bubbles? Oh my goodness. But I just want to make sure that there's no like little pockets or anything. And we get a nice solid tincture. I'm just going to put a lid and a cap on that. And this will go in my cabinet where it stays dark, cool, and dry. Okay, well there you have it. We have done the tincture. And just I wanted to say this too about the tincture. I will sometimes, because tinctures, you really want to get those as soon as you can into a dark bottle. And if I don't have a dark bottle, I take either tape, or like the last time I used a dark construction paper, and I just taped it right around the canning jar. And I know that sounds funny, but it even allowed me to write what it was on it, just because you want to make sure that you're not getting light into that. And so paper can block that out. Again, if you don't have a dark bottle to go ahead and, I call it brewing, cooking, I don't know, I have many names for it, but this is definitely a tried and true recipe. It works. Lots of people benefit from it, and I hope you can too. Also, try and harvest your fennel seeds. It's that time of year, and they are so tasty. There is no reason why they shouldn't be in your spice cabinet too. So that's all I'm going to get to today. I was going to go ahead and do the sage today, but I've decided not to because I need to make a little more space for their drying. So I'll tackle that another day, and I'll take you along with me. But thank you so much for watching. We love that, you know, you guys like our videos, and leave a comment below and let us know if you've tried tincture or if you like fennel seed. I know it's kind of a double video today. I usually just do one topic, but today is two. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. And remember, if I can harvest fennel seed and make lemon balm tincture, anybody can. Thanks. Bye.